Good morning, my loves, and welcome. First somatic practice of 2026. Also, this offering that I'm going to share today has been inspired by what Mel shared yesterday. Inspired by, and with that in mind, with that idea of going into a new year, which we say because it's the traditional New Year, it's the Gregorian New Year, but the energy is still very much winter. We're still in the winter, we're still in the middle of winter. We've had snow literally in the past few days, and more to come. So we're still very much in winter. We are not really ready to be pushing right now. Our bodies, our cyclical bodies, our seasonal bodies are not ready to be all guns a blazing in this newness, in this what's next, and what do I need to change about myself and these habits and all of that things, all those things. So what Mel shared yesterday was about, instead of making New Year's resolutions, what can we let go of? What can we let fall apart, let crumble, which is just such a, on the one hand can be quite a frightening thing to think of and quite something that you want to grip at and be like, oh no, I can't. And on the other hand can be really, really liberating. And I guess those two things, they coexist very beautifully. And yeah, that's what this practice is going to be, kind of allowing us to sense into through meditation, through like a somatic sensing and feeling sort of practice. So the thing I would love you to start by doing is just sensing. So come to a seat, but start to sense into the part of you where you feel really centered. So for me, that is very much kind of more in my back body. It's like settling more into my back body, but I know for some people you might feel more centered in the middle. For some people you might feel more centered in the forward leaning sense, but I would say forward leaning gives me sort of a feeling of kind of wanting to be in control and wanting to know, wanting to be involved and wanting to kind of, be in rather than settling back. So it's most likely to be middle or more into the back body, and not in the back body where you're slumped and completely collapsed, but more in that real integrity of your spine. That's where it's really present for me. And because that's where it's really present for me, I'm also going to ask you to bring one hand to the back of your head. So just find that bone that sits like a little shelf like this, and it is the seat of your brain. It's where your brain sits. This is your occiput bone. And you can see that I've started just to wiggle and just to really affirm that bone into my hand. And I'm letting my head really, really relax into it, like really like surrender to the support that's there. It's never not there. And then with that same hand, just start to walk down your spine. You can feel it like your little dinosaur spikes of your spine. You'll walk down as far as you can go, and you might need your other hand to then come and fill that gap. And just trace all the way down your spine. It doesn't need to be pretty or perfect. Just trace down your spine. You'll come to the flat bone of your sacrum. We'll go a little bit further from where you just sense into where your tailbone is, because that would be the end of the spine. Find your tailbone and then melt back up and find your sacrum bone, that flat bone. And at this point it might feel good to have both hands on those end points, those book ends of your spine, occiput and sacrum. And sense that between your hands is this river of presence, this current that remembers who you are even when you forget, holds your integrity, holds your values. The first thing that appeared when we were in our mother's embryo was this primitive streak, which then became the nattu cord, and then that became the spine with these two bookends of occiput and sacrum. And it was the first thing that appeared. So it remembers the codes. It holds the full blueprint of who you are and who you're becoming. I want you to allow an image of a pillar to come to mind, and it might look like your spine. It might be like dinosaur spokes and the natural curves of spine. It might not be like a block pillar, and that's okay, but just notice, come and bring to mind a pillar. You can let go with your hands now, but imagine that pillar kind of takes its position either in your center or in your back body a little bit more, depending on where you felt most centered, most yourself. And this pillar, yeah, it just like your spine, just like your axis, it holds your integrity, it holds your authentic values, it holds the blueprint of who you are. And you might add words in there. It might hold your compassion, it might hold your curiosity, it might hold your courage. This is the essence of who you are, this pillar. And I want you to imagine that is the center of you, wherever you felt centered, the center, the middle, a little bit back. And that's it, that's all that needs to be there. Begin to breathe and imagine that you're drawing your breath up from the bottom of the pillar all the way up to the top. That might come to the crown of your head. With your inhale and your exhale is that washing down. Breathe up and wash down. You can be doing this just with nose breaths, in through nose, out through nose, or you can be mirroring me, which is that lovely breathing in, and the exhale with a that might feel nice. So just an open mouth exhale maybe. And you've got this pillar of integrity, this pillar that knows who you are, this pillar of truth, of authentic value, real you, blueprint of who you are meant to be, always were, always are, always will be becoming. And everything else with that exhale, can you allow it to like crumble away? Is there anything else that's kind of coming, wanting to attach itself, ideas of you, expectations of others, habits, beliefs, things that you know they're not real, they're not true, they're not you. And we have the saying, neti neti, not this, not this, not this, not this. This pillar is you. All that other shit, that's not you. So breathe in and not this, not this. Just stay with that pillar of truth. We're very much still in the snake energy. The year of the horse is the Chinese zodiac. It doesn't begin until the middle of February. So these next few weeks, we're still feeling that shedding. We're still feeling that stripping back of all the things that we're not. All of the things that we've taken on but are not us. Neti neti, not this, not this. So I know that you've been feeling that too, because it's very collective, and every single conversation I'm having at the moment is to do with the release of something, the letting go of something. Whenever we grip onto something so tightly, so tightly, so tightly, it almost feels like it's a toddler trying to grip on to a toy or a teddy bear or something like that. So as you're breathing, as you're imagining your pillar, your essence, and the breath of not this, of whatever is not you. Can you also notice if there's a clenching in your body anywhere, and if there is a softening that can be had, that can come. And anything that you do feel like you're gripping on, can you imagine it like sand, like grains of sand just falling through your fingers? And if that feels scary, if that brings a thought or a feeling of like, oh, like I don't like that, come back to your pillar, come back to what's important, what matters. What is the thing that makes you you. And can all else fall away? Can all else fall apart? It's okay to let things crumble. Shedding that skin like a snake, so it can't come with you into your next chapter. I'm going to let you be here for as long as you like. I'm going to end the video in a moment. And I invite and encourage you to stay for just as long as feels like it really brings you back to your sense of the truth of who you are.